Hey, what's up guys? My name is Destery and welcome back to What the Fuck 5. So as you probably could have guessed from the title and the probably terrifying fucking thumbnail, today we'll be talking about another scary topic. And this one is especially terrifying not only because it's about paranormal shit and demons, but also the fact that these are all 100% true stories that actually happened. So from a man claiming to kill people because a possessed dog told him to do so, to the real life story that inspired the Exorcist movie, for today's What the Fuck 5 we count down the 5 real cases of demonic possession. Number 1. The Son of Sam. Still known as one of the most notorious and strangest serial killers in American history, the Son of Sam was the nickname for the mass murderer David Berkowitz. In the summer of 1976, Berkowitz was found guilty of murdering 6 people and wounding 7 others with a .44 caliber pistol. After each murder, he would leave cryptic messages at the crime scene taunting police and promising more violence in the future. Or at least that's what people say about his notes, because honestly, this just looks like a 4-year-old with fetal alcohol syndrome wrote it. Like, what is this? Bang, bang, bang! Nonsense. In other notes he left, he just drew shit. Maybe he wanted to show police how dope his stick figures were, I don't know. Because honestly, this drawing sucks. No offense, man. I know you're like dead or whatever, but this is terrible for like a 35-year-old man. Stop it. When he was finally apprehended in August of 1977, Berkowitz confessed to all 8 counts against him, where things only really got weirder. During his confession, he claimed that the real reason he murdered people was because his neighbor's dog, Harvey, was possessed by a demon and told him to do so. Okay, as far as excuses for murder go, that is pretty fucking awful. Like, come on, man, you can think of something better than that. And also, why does everyone blame a dog when something happens? Didn't do your homework? My dog ate it. Just farted in front of your crush? God damn it, random dog on the street? Being charged with murder? Dude, it was the dog. Unfortunately for Berkowitz, neither the judge nor jury bought his story, and he was sentenced to 6 consecutive life sentences. Well, great. If he was telling the truth, now there's just a demon-possessed dog telling people to murder people. Fucking good job, guys. I mean, he could have at least questioned the dog. God. But after Berkowitz went to prison, he finally came clean to say that the real reason he murdered people was that he was in a satanic cult and the murders were ritualistic. Number 2. The Ronald Doe exorcism. The real-life events that inspired the original Exorcist movie, the exorcism of Ronald Doe might be one of the first fully publicized exorcism events in recorded history. 14-year-old Ronald Doe attempted to contact his deceased relative using a Ouija board. Never a good idea. Soon after, according to the boy's mother, he began levitating himself, contorting his body while strange carvings appeared on him, and speaking in different languages in different voices, which his mother believed was obviously demonic possession. What are you talking about? This is puberty. Before too long, the mother called her Lutheran pastor Miles Scholes, who came over and attempted to perform an exorcism. According to Scholes, during the process, he witnessed several objects moving around the room on their own, while the boy himself appearing to resist any form of exorcism the pastor tried to perform. Unsurprisingly, the next day, the pastor decided to get the fuck out of there, basically saying, yo, hell nah, bitch, and recommending to the mother that she get help from a professional Catholic priest. Taking his advice, the mother contacted Roman Catholic priest Edward Hughes, who rushed over and began to perform his own exorcism on the boy. Apparently, he performed the ritual over 30 times, while the boy taunted the priest and even injured him, breaking his nose. After performing the ritual in several different places, Hughes decided that his work there was done and nothing more could be done to help. Luckily, shortly after, the boy seemed to recover, where it was reported years later that he led a, quote, ordinary life. So at least there's that. I always wonder though, in those situations where, like, you know, the exorcism movie where the head turns all the way the fuck around, like, does your neck like just hurt for a long time after that, or are you just totally fine and the demon somehow like fucked your neck up, but then I don't know. I'm done ranting about this, I'm sorry. Number 3, Michael Taylor. The exorcism of Michael Taylor is definitely the strangest one on this list. Michael and Christine Taylor were a religious couple from a small town in England called Ossett. In 1974, Christine believed that her husband was having an affair with the leader of their prayer group, which he denied and started acting oddly. And by oddly, I mean instead of just saying, "No, honey, you're the only vagina I touch," he would yell out weird things and throw his shit around the room like a gorilla. Christine, instead of enlisting the help of the police, which is probably what you should have fucking done, decided instead to turn to the aid of the Anglican priesthood, who came over and performed an exorcism on Michael that lasted nearly 2 days, and claimed to exorcise almost 40 demons. 40? One demon in you is bad enough, but 40? Fuck! Hey demons, house party in Michael Taylor's body. Even more surprising though is after the exorcism, the priest believed that Michael still had demons inside of him, and they may have actually actually been right, as that night he murdered his wife by ripping off her face, pulling out her tongue, and gouging her eyes. In addition, he also killed his dog, who had been strangled, his legs had been torn from its sockets, and his eyes and tongue were also removed. After this, apparently Michael walked the streets around his house naked and covered in blood until apprehended by police. When police questioned him, he seemed to have no knowledge of the killing, claiming that he loved his wife and never would have wished such horror upon her. Oddly, during the trial, he was deemed insane and found not guilty for his wife's murder. After only serving 4 years in a psych ward, he was released back into society. Since then, he's attempted suicide over 4 times and even had a brush with the law where he was accused of inappropriate conduct with a minor. Dude, this guy just sounds fucking awful. Like, I don't want to discredit the court system there in England, but fuck, this guy's the worst. Number 4, Carolyn Perron and the Perron children. So if you've ever seen the movie The Conjuring, then these names might be familiar to you, as the entire movie was based around the bizarre events that unfolded around a mother and her 5 daughters. The events began in 1970 when Carolyn purchased a quaint home in rural Rhode Island that she believed was her dream home. Instead, as time went on, her daughters told her of several disturbing encounters in the night, from hearing strange whispers, being pulled from their beds at night, and seeing the ghost of a woman who hung herself from the bedroom ceiling. While at first Carolyn didn't believe her daughter's shit only got worse, and eventually Carolyn herself was the target of paranormal torture and she was then possessed. That's when they decided to call renowned paranormal investigators Ed and Lorraine Warren, who claimed to discover the home's terrible secrets. The property had apparently seen its fair share of suicides and crimes, including a witch who sacrificed her child to the devil. Okay, that might be something that you want to disclose when you're selling a home. Yes, it's a 3-bedroom, 3-bath, magnificent backyard, and a witch sacrificed her son to the devil over there. Wait, what was that last part? The kitchen? And while spiritual cleanses were performed on the property, it did little to help the family, where eventually they moved to Georgia, where evil had apparently followed them, but not as bad as it was reported in Rhode Island. Again, this is another thing that always just like bugs me so much about hearing these kind of things, is like, if I lived in a house where even I got maybe a hint that something was fucked up, or like I got scratches in the middle of the night, or like someone was pulling on my fucking feet, I would be out of there so fucking quickly. Like, I don't get it. Why did people just like, oh, it's fine, yeah. It's just annoying, but I guess they learned their lesson. And finally, at number 5, Julia. So this one I find especially scary just because of how recent it was, just 9 years ago. So apparently the girl only known as Julia was a patient of Dr. Richard Gallagher from the New York Medical College, who Gallagher claimed had a, quote, long history with satanic groups. Just my type of girl. That was a joke, totally kidding. My type of girl is a girl who wants to play video games on the first date, not rip out a goat's heart and eat it while listening to death metal. I'm sorry for all of those out there who are watching this who got their hopes up. Apparently Julia had approached Gallagher asking for his help, as she thought she might have been possessed by a demon. As Gallagher, other nurses, and even nuns studied her while she was in the college, they all claimed to have witnessed Julia levitate 6 inches off the ground while objects flew around the room. As priests came to perform an exorcism, Julia apparently cursed out in Latin, a language which she didn't speak. In addition to just the tone of her voice being different, Julia's demeanor changed, as she would often yell out insults to the priests, saying, "Leave her alone, you idiot, she's ours, and leave, you imbecile priest." Wow, that is just plain fucking rude. You need a fucking timeout, demon. Imagine telling a demon that. Excuse me, demon, you need to chill out. You're being hella rude. Okay. Anyways, the weird part about this story too is that no matter where I look, I can't seem to find out what happened after this. Like, in every article, it just shows that the exorcism took place. It doesn't like show what happened after that, or if like she's fine now, or if she like died, or anything. It's just blank. So I don't know if that means that they just don't know, or they stopped studying her or something. But yeah, I don't know, I just found that really weird. Anyways, that's enough of this terrifying shit. But you know, you guys keep asking for it, so there you go. I don't need good dreams. Anyways, my question of the day for you guys is, what is the scariest thing that you've ever witnessed? And I swear to God, if any of you fuckers leave a comment in the comment section down below saying, "Scariest thing I've ever seen is the guy with the 2007 haircut in 2017, I'm gonna fucking lose it. Just jokes, I don't care. But yeah, leave those in the comments down below, guys. Hope you guys enjoyed this video, and if you did, make sure to give it a like, and also subscribe to this channel, as there will be more every single week. Also guys, make sure to subscribe to my channel at youtube.com/CaptainDestes. If you don't want to do it for me, do it for this panda. But yeah, I'm hoping to film a Q&A really soon, which a lot of you guys have been asking for, so yeah, make sure to look out for that. That's it guys, we'll see you next time for another What the Fuck 5. Thanks for watching, and fair winds.